Ever since about the midway point of the PS4 generation, PlayStation has developed a strong reputation for creating high-quality AAA single-player games. Titles like God of War 2018, Horizon Zero Dawn, The Last of Us Part 2, and Ghost of Tsushima are praised and loved by many fans, and are some of the highest-rated games of last generation. So far with the PS5, PlayStation has continued its excellence with Returnal, Demon's Souls Remake, and sequels to both Horizon and God of War. However, this single-player dominance within PlayStation is about to change, and it's pretty clear that this new direction PlayStation is taking will not be well received by many of their loyal fans. If you already couldn't tell by the title and thumbnail of this video, this focus is to start producing live service titles. And yes, I know some of you are starting to throw up and cry by the mere mention of the words live service, and based on some of the flops that have come out recently, rightfully so. But to be honest, I'm low-key kind of excited for this new direction PlayStation is taking. But before we get into why I'm more optimistic than most about this decision, let's dive deeper into PlayStation's plans for the future. Early last year, during one of their earning reports, PlayStation announced that they would be developing 10 new live service games, set to release by March 2026. This means that on average, they will be releasing 2 live service games per year, which is a lot for a company that hasn't released a single successful new multiplayer game for almost all of last generation. However, this isn't just an empty promise. PlayStation is dead set on this new phase. They recently bought out Haven Studios, a brand new team being led by Jade Raymond, who helped to create the Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs franchises. According to this article by Axios, they are creating a cloud-focused multiplayer title that will be released on both PlayStation and PC. Let's not forget, PlayStation also saw Xbox go out and take away my guy Crash, PlayStation's OG mascot, with the Activision Blizzard deal, and said fuck it. We're gonna get you back by buying these guys. Now, of course, this isn't how it went down, but buying Bungie for a huge $3.6 billion just goes to show how serious they are with their live service plan. In fact, a third of this deal, which is $1.2 billion, is going solely towards employee retention, meaning that PlayStation wants Bungie employees to stay at the company so they can continue making live service games and help other PlayStation studios with developing theirs. Now, the golden question is, why is Sony trying so hard to chase the live service ship when they are already so successful with single-player games? And the answer to this is pretty obvious. A good live service game simply makes way more money than a good single-player game. There are only about 2 ways to make money with a single-player title. 1, the purchase of the game itself, and 2, purchasing DLCs or expansions, which actually a good amount of single-player games don't even have. Live service games, on the other hand, can include these two alongside microtransactions, which has the potential to be bigger than the previous 2 combined. You don't even need to buy Fortnite, nor does it have any DLCs or expansions, but it makes billions a year just off of microtransactions alone. When you look at this from a business perspective, it's no wonder why game companies are making live service titles left and right. When you see the profits for a game like GTA Online, you start to realize why Take-Two is in no rush whatsoever to release GTA 6. From the 10 live service games Sony is making, you can have 8 of them becoming the next Godfall or Destruction All-Stars. They only need 1 or 2 of them to hit to make it all worth it. The reason why I'm looking forward to all these live service games is because I actually think that they will be good. To me at least, the idea of an open world Monster Hunter like Horizon game where you can team up with your friends to defeat machines, fight other tribes, and collect and upgrade equipment is pretty damn exciting, even though I'm not the biggest Horizon fan. You cannot tell me that Factions is not going to be hype as fuck when it releases. We don't know exactly what the game is going to play like, but by looking at some of the concept art, it looks to be an open world game. This, mixed with Part 2's gameplay mechanics, Naughty Dog storytelling, and all the momentum from the Last of Us HBO series, pretty much guarantees this game to be a hit. They're gonna have to mess up badly for this to be a flop. We also have a seemingly dead franchise in Twisted Metal, rumored to make a return as a live service title, being developed by Firesprite Games as well. And who knows, maybe a couple of these 10 live service titles are from Sony's past franchises, like Killzone, SOCOM, or Resistance, which I know will make a lot of fans happy. Even though I'm hyping these games up, I am aware that there are completely valid concerns a lot of PlayStation fans have with these multiplayer games. The last thing you want is an Activision scenario, where you are taking amazing developers like Toys for Bob and pushing them into the Call of Duty labor machine. The nightmare situation would be for PlayStation to reduce or completely stop making single-player games in favor of these multiplayer titles. If Factions were to become an absolute hit, it would be devastating for fans if Naughty Dog were to focus on that game and take away resources from their single-player projects, which gave them the respect and fame they have today as one of the most successful studios in the gaming industry. When looking at job postings and rumors that have come up these past few months, it seems like most of PlayStation studios are developing multiplayer games or modes alongside single-player titles. So far, we already know of Naughty Dog with Factions and Guerrilla with the Horizon game. London Studios is also developing a live service title, which they released a piece of concept art of just a couple months back. We know that Ben Studio, the developers of Days Gone, are creating a new IP with both single-player and multiplayer components. Through job listings, we have seen that Sucker Punch are hiring for multiplayer-focused positions, although I do suspect that this will be a game mode of the next Ghost of Tsushima game, like we had with the first one, instead of a whole new live service title. Insomniac also have job listings for a new multiplayer project, which they actually posted on Twitter way back in 2021. I don't think this is for Spider-Man 2, as it is confirmed to not have co-op, so this is probably for a brand new live service game. As a huge PlayStation fan, I really do hope that these studios manage their resources and dev time appropriately between their single player and multiplayer projects. A studio like Respawn should be the model for what some of these PlayStation studios should strive to be like. They have a very successful live service game with Apex Legends, alongside the Star Wars Jedi single player titles. PlayStation has reiterated many times that they remain committed to developing high quality single player games. But we all know, once the cash comes rolling in, it's easy to change your mind. That's about it for this video. I'm almost at 100 subs, so if you guys can hit that subscribe button and leave a like, I would really appreciate it. As always, thanks for watching. Have a good one.